Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm here with a quick breakdown of my FL Studio template, trying to show you guys how to finish some songs faster, speed up your workflow. There's also a free download in the description. You just have to follow the link to my Discord and grab it from there. And it comes with my Vital sub preset as well, so hope you enjoy the video and let's get into it. Alright, so let's go ahead and hop in here and take a look at what my template looks like. So first of all, I have Vital and a Serum opened up. This Vital, I already have my sub preset on here, and I have it sent to my sub channel, which I'll show you when we get to the mixer. And then I just have an initialized Serum as well for sound design stuff. For the playlist, I have these broken down into sections that are collapsible, which makes it really convenient for like getting stuff out of the way so you can work on a different section of the song. I have two sidechain lanes right here. I use volume automation for my sidechains, so this is where I put those. Then coming into drums, I have kick, 3 different snare layers because I really like to layer different snare samples. A couple different hat lanes as well, just to have different variations and spots to put hats, and then just 1 perks layer. Synths, I just have like 5 synths here, and then I also have 5 automation lanes as well for automating any of the synths. And then moving along, I have 2 sub lanes here as well, 2 vocal lanes, 2 effects lanes, some risers, sweeps, and impacts, as well as a spot to throw your automation for those. This section called intro, which is just for miscellaneous like harps, pads, chords, keys, things like that, and then background effects, so things like traffic noise or vinyl crackle or just like kind of little subtle background stuff. So yeah, that's the layout of the playlist. And then for my patterns, I just have synth, sub, drums, arp, keys, chords, effects, and pad already in here. Alright, moving on to the mixer. So on my master, I have a tuner. If I don't know the key of a sample, I can play the sample and this will usually tell me what key it's in. I have a ATLiens loudness meter on here. This is how I check my LUFS and see what's going on in the project. As far as loudness goes, I try to hit around -3 LUFS. I might make a video on this in the future as well, just kind of going over like my mix down and leveling process and how I try to achieve as much loudness as possible while keeping clarity. So maybe I'll go over that in a future video as well. But yeah, ATLiens loudness meter on the master. This is also a free plugin, by the way. So moving on, we got on track 1, I have Edison, kind of similar to the master with the tuner. What you can do is you can drag a sample in here, you can right click, go to regions, detect pitch regions, and it can usually tell you exactly what key the sample is in. Sometimes the tuner can be a little bit non-responsive sometimes, so I'll just use the Edison if that's the case. With my kick, I just push it all the way mono. Sometimes I'll throw a camel crusher on here and use the compression a little bit, but it just depends on the kick, so I don't have it on there by default. Snare, I pretty much always EQ my snares somewhere around 200 to 300 hertz because the fundamental of the kick is going to take up most of this area, and when I layer my kicks with my snares, I like to leave room for that fundamental there of the kick. For hats, I don't have anything on there, neither for cymbal or perks, because I feel like for every song it's different. I might add an EQ, I might add reverb, it just really depends, so I leave those blank by default. Effects, I have 1 with a fruity delay on here and 1 without it, just a dry and a wet effects channel. Next up we have riser, which I have endless smile on here. I don't know if this is free or not. If it isn't, you can kind of just replace this with any reverb, because essentially what this is doing is just adding like a little reverb tail, like a washout kind of, to the risers, so I like to have that on there. For my sweeps, I don't have anything, and for my impacts, same thing. These will be processed differently in every song, so I just keep them blank by default. I have just some like random pad, keys, and arps channels in here just to quickly assign them and have them already labeled. Just a vocal channel. This is blank as well because I process vocals differently for every song. We have 4 different synth channels with nothing on them, but they're all running to a bus channel, which has a low cut on it, because I'm going to layer it with a sub anyway. The sub, I have pushed mono with a camel crusher on it, just a little bit of tube distortion and a little bit of compression, and an EQ that's boosting these 2 harmonics right here, and I'll go ahead and play the default sub that I have loaded up in Vital. And yeah, we're just boosting these 2 peaks right here, trying to get it right around 0. Next up, I just have a distortion channel where if you really want to just slam a sound and distort it, I boost the low end into a wave shaper, into a camel crusher, and it's just super distortion. I mean, if I throw this on here, yeah, so distortion channel, epic. This is just a random spacer to kind of just like break up the visual of the buses versus the single channels. And yeah, if you wanted to add another bus, you can easily just rename one riser bus, color it. You can take all your risers and sweeps, click them into here, click them out of the master, and do that for each one in that section. And now you have these three running into this bus, out of this bus, back into the master. And so anything you put on here will affect all three of these channels. So if you want to add more buses, you can, but I just have 4 in there by default. And yeah, that's pretty much it. One last thing though, if I go to options, file settings, info, I have author as bricks just so like every song I make already has my name in here. So if you download the template, all you're going to want to do is change this to your artist name so that when you export a song, it will have your name already, and then you'll just have to title your song and put in the genre. And also, once you change your artist name and say you want to customize some stuff within here or in the mixer or whatever, and once you get it set up to your liking, what you can do is then file, save as, and just navigate to this folder here, program files, image line, FL Studio 21, data, and then templates, and you're just going to save the template here. And then what you're going to want to do is file, new from template, change default template, scroll down to right here, and then you're just going to select whatever you named it. Whenever you close FL Studio and then open it again, it's going to open up your version of the template with your artist name and whatever extra channels you added and whatnot. So, but yeah, that is my template for FL Studio. It also comes with my sub patch, so link will be in the description. Pretty much all you have to do is join my Discord, scroll down to Brick's FL Studio template, and grab the download right here and put it in the templates folder that I showed you earlier, and it should pop up right here and you can click it, or if it doesn't, it should pop up in this right here. So yeah, hopefully that helps you speed up your workflow and get you finishing songs faster. Thank you guys again for locking in, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.